Hi, this is Will for Engearment.com with a review of Dalbello's Quantum Free 130 ski boots. I've used these boots an awful lot and I do really love them. They've become my daily drivers. So what is it about them that makes them special? Well, firstly, they strike that balance between lightweight and capable. It really does play way above its weight. And they do that partially through the construction. The construction saves weight, like a number of touring boots do now, by not having plastic across the lower front of the boot. So the cuff is where you push to sort of put the forces through the boot into the ski. And the construction is basically two half cylinders welded together. You'll see the seam down. So they've managed to get a boot where your foot is totally encapsulated. And what that means is that when you tip this boot, the ski tips. And I'm not saying other boots don't, I'm just saying that the construction means it's really very powerful for the weight. There's some really neat design features in here. So you'll notice that it has two articulation points. One allows you to get into the boot really easily, so you can open it right up, which is great for getting in. Your inner also has a lacing system. Again, nothing special, but it definitely helps keep your foot located right, which is key to this all working. You've got a nice gaiter that comes on up, keeping your feet dry. I've never got a wet foot in this whilst wearing it. And yeah, the mechanism is fantastic because I cinch it up, pull the lever, and that pulls this cable across the top. But when the back is unlocked, there's still a bunch of flex. This gives it a lot of forward and backwards movement. So it's a huge range of motion when you're skinning. So I can come right back. Let me pull this up a little bit. And then I can also go way far forward. It is cleverly down to two buckles and a power strap. So the lower buckle has a wire, and where the placement of the buckle is means that your foot is held down and back into the heel. So your heel's held down and back. Super important. It cinches evenly throughout, so it's a comfortable fit. So it's a very simple system to transition from skinning to skiing. It's a relatively slim, narrow fit, but my big feet seem to fit in it okay. I could definitely do with a punch. What I've loved about it is the balance between how heavy it is. So it's really pretty light on the skin track. I use this boot with a ski that comes in at 96 underfoot. And it's perfectly pitched for that. And then throw in the fact that it's claimed 130. I think it's probably a little bit softer than that. Lots and lots of support, but a nice progressive flex right here. So it works beautifully. It's really capable of driving a ski when life is not particularly easy. And I feel very comfortable powering those 96s on some really cruddy snow. So the first time I wore these was on Mount Shasta, and it was particularly icy coming down. And I fared really very well. My son, who was on a different setup, did not have quite the same confidence that I did on that particular snow. Are there lighter boots out there? Absolutely. Are there burlier boots out there? Absolutely. But this hits that balance really nicely, where it is light enough to go long distances. The articulation, like I said, is really impressive. So skinning is a joy in this. And then when you do buckle it up, then it basically does an amazing job at skiing steep and hard terrain. This is that perfect balance. If your game is touring where you enjoy the skiing, but the tour is just as important as the skiing, then this is a really good way to go. And like all boots, you want to make sure it fits your foot. It's a fairly narrow last, so if it doesn't fit your foot, then you're just going to be uncomfortable. And comfort is key in all of this. So comfort should be the first thing when selecting a boot. But if this boot fits, is comfortable and it fits you, then I'd say it's a really good boot to check out. Like I say, lighter than a lot of the boots that we would typically wear touring. Not the lightest. However, that weight gives you a very solid downhill ski. The range of motion makes the uphill sheer joy. Yes, I'm loving it. Dalbello Quantum Free 130. Great boot, and I encourage you to check it out.